how America ruined sushi because I I don't know, like I like I like sushi. And I've only ever had sushi here in Canada, but whatever. I love our sushi here. It's so good, but I have heard that it's like extremely different if you go to Japan. So maybe this video will teach us what the sushi is like in Japan versus here. Probably when we made a Japanese dish named after one of our states. Yeah, they have like 10 million different names of sushi, all kinds of maybe it's because we have so many different kinds of sushi, and then in Japan it's probably more simplified. After my recent ordeal with my stomach, I sadly have to stay away from sushi for a length of time. Oh no. No. When you get to have it again though, it will be so good. It will be really good. I haven't gone for sushi in a while now, and this video is more than likely going to make me want it really, really bad. Sashimi. California rolls. I love California rolls, but it ain't sushi. Um, my only problem with the California roll is the fish eggs in it. I don't really like the fish eggs. But wait, what makes a California roll not sushi? Oh, because that's a maki roll. Yeah, sushi is technically the rice with the fish over it. I like spicy salmon roll and shrimp tempura. But all right, let's see how America ruined sushi. Let's go.
From the overloaded cones of a crunchy tamaki roll to
Yum.
the sparse and delicately sliced slabs of nigiri, sushi comes in a variety of forms. While these bite-sized bundles of rice have
Ew.
been saddled with fresh fish
Yum.
for over 2,000 years, sushi's popularity in the West is a relatively recent phenomenon. But like many Japanese art forms, the craft of sushi requires immense skill and comes with a long list of strict rules. And when Americans first started taking a
Oh my
dip in
God,
the
I
soy
want
sauce, everything went to hell in a handroll. So,
I
today
want
we're
it.
ditching the chopsticks and digging into how America ruined sushi.
Hell yeah, let's
But
find
before we
out.
get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, leave us a comment and let us know what other food-related topics you would like to hear about. Alright, let's lay out that seaweed and get rolling. The history of sushi dates back to ancient Japan, in a time when fresh food was a stressful commodity. Originally crafted with various rice vinegar preservation techniques, the Japanese discovered the joys of combining fish and rice. But these fully decomposed and pungent recipes are a far cry from the
Oh,
typical
bleh.
sushi offerings in modern Japan.
Oh, yummy,
You could
delicious.
expect to chow down on overripe fish bellies stuffed with fermented grain, vinegar-slathered
okay.
rice, and preserved fillets pressed in a box for hours on end. At the same time, shelf life was a greater concern than fresh flavors at all
Oh my.
costs. Eventually, a citizen of Tokyo named Hanaya Yohei made a revolutionary change to the fermented formulas and created the forefather of modern sushi. In the 1820s, Hanaya Yohei had relocated to the capital city, then known as Edo. Hoping to become a
Edo,
successful owner of a
Japan.
sushi stall, Yohei opened his establishment near a busy bridge on the bank of the Sumida River. By adding salt and vinegar to cooked rice, Yohei sped up the fermentation process typical of today.
Ooh,
And because his
okay.
sushi stall was seated so close to the water, Yohei served his fish raw. The modern-day version of nigiri has direct roots to this humble 19th century stall. These fresh fish food bombs quickly became a favorite for local residents and people
Wow.
passing through. And before long, Yohei's brand of nigiri spread across the nation.
Damn, that fish looks like extra fresh, like holy crap. Damn, it looks good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need sushi after this. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Flappel.
Of Japan. Like the McDonald's of feudal Japan, nigiri sushi was cheap, fast, and ready to eat. And for the vendors that followed Yohei's example, their craft was mostly served on mobile carts and outdoor stands. 100 years later, Tokyo became the bustling epicenter of Japanese culture and cuisine. In fact, a 1923 earthquake caused a real estate crash, which resulted in hundreds of sushi vendors snatching up cheap properties, ditching their handcarts for cramped but affordable sushi stalls. The sushi scene exploded. Once considered cheap food for blue-collar stiffs on the go, by the mid-century, sushi joints were absolutely everywhere. The simple fish-on-rice appeal of nigiri certainly stands tall among Japanese cuisine. But eventually, more preparations and recipes took shape. Tamaki.
Oh my god, just put some spicy mayo on top and dip it in some soy sauce and... I'm drooling! I'm drooling! I could go for some mobile cart sushi. Same. Welcome in, Jay. Same. I wish I could get some sushi right now. I crave the fish with its roe. Oh, I don't like fish roe. I don't even think it's the taste. It's more so just the freaking popping of it in your mouth. I cannot stand it. Hello, Wen. Welcome in. Nigiri is so good. Oh my god, I want sushi now.
The larger ice cream cone-shaped hand rolls came to prominence as
Not
an
a
even
fan of
faster
these.
form of quick food.
I'm
And
not
the
a fan of
grain-free
the hand
goodness of a
rolls.
simple slice of sashimi soon tantalized the nation. Maki sushi, made by wrapping rice and fishy fillings in seaweed paper, is one of the most recognizable forms of sushi. But for Western palates, the recent rice-on-the-outside textured goodness of an uramaki roll is perhaps most popular. Although sushi chefs began to elevate and expand their craft, Japan's most famous food remained firmly for the people. Keeping to their fast foodish roots, the on-the-go appeal of sushi was pushed even further in 1958. Genroku Sushi, opened in the city of East Osaka, became the first ever conveyor belt sushi spot, now known as kaiten sushis. These mechanically augmented experiences quickly became common in Tokyo. In fact, conveyor belt sushi can now be found all around the world. Although sushi found its way to homes all across the world, its popularity in America was decidedly slow. In the late 1800s, a wildly popular book was published about former President Ulysses S. Grant's trip around the world, including a reference to dining on sashimi during his time in Japan. Just a few years later, the Oxford Dictionary mentioned sushi for the first time with a brief statement on Japanese culture. In 1906, the first American sushi restaurant opened in Little Tokyo in the city of Los Angeles, serving a rising clientele of recently immigrated Japanese citizens. The restaurant originally flourished as curious American diners descended on the rare sushi joints. It became a semi-popular dish for adventurous foodie parties. But this early fascination was swiftly cut short by the Gentleman's Agreement of 1907, a prejudiced act which restricted Japanese immigration. Further complicated by the grim history of Japanese internment during World War II, sushi became practically non-existent in the US. New restaurants opened in Little Tokyo, LA during the 1950s, when the
America sleeping on sushi is shaking my head. Right? And now it's everywhere. There's like, when I'm out driving, the amount of sushi restaurants I see is insane. It's everywhere. Let's go get some 1950 sushi. Oh my god, I want some. I want some. There's like 2 of them near me, so much. There's way more than that where I am. Holy. It's almost like Tim Hortons. There's so many.
The term sushi bar was first popularized. Though many chefs and establishments have been credited with first bringing the dish to U.S. prominence, a sushi chef named Ichiro Mashita is perhaps responsible for one of the most important and damning roles in history. Ichiro Mashita, unable to acquire fresh tuna belly for his toro rolls, instead chose to add slabs of fatty avocado to his sushi. Subbing tuna for guac may have seemed like a wild move, but Mashita took it even further. Noticing that his American diners did not appreciate the texture of seaweed wrapped in maki rolls, the chef flipped the script, literally, by rolling the rice outside. Dubbing his deed uramaki, or inside-out rolls, the former LA exclusive became the California roll of today. And perhaps because of America's reluctance to accept raw fish as a standard protein, Chef Mashita's West Coast fresh sushi hybrid took off like a rocket. Exploding down the West Coast throughout the 1970s, American
Damn.
sushi swept Little Tokyo and the state as a whole. A bougie, trendy food for health-conscious hippies and cash-heavy Hollywood types, sushi quickly asserted itself as the food for a new age. And when the award-winning TV event Shogun captured the nation in 1975, the central food gained a filmic appeal. As sushi stalls for immigrant families shifted to upscale spaces and chic dining, the food took on an entirely new meaning in the States. Unlike sushi from the homeland, early American bars were pricey affairs.
Oh my god, I love freaking tamago. For the longest time, I never tried the tamago. And when I finally did, I was like, oh my god, I have been missing out. What? It's so good. It's so good. There's a really good place by me that is Rin by a Japanese man, owned by a Japanese man and his wife. They are really good. It's expensive, but it's well worth it because you can tell that he puts care into his rolls and his pride in his craft. Ooh, that's awesome. Most of the sushi places around here, I think, are all you can eat. And they are pretty expensive, yeah. But they are all you can eat. All I have is chips. I need sushi. I can taste this tamago sushi right now. I can taste it.
Fairs with reservation lists and table service. Perhaps the idea of raw fish was simply too unusual for early stateside eaters, or maybe restaurateurs saw an opportunity to make bank on historically cheap food. Whatever the reason, sushi continued to see a reputation as an expensive delicacy throughout the 1980s, a glitzy form of eating out reserved for the rich and the adventurous. Eventually, steep sushi prices gave way to the laid-back vibes of the American 90s, and more establishments took hold on U.S. soil. The rise of show-stopping hibachi grills enabled steakhouse owners to slide in a sushi bar at the back, and sushi offerings came at a better value throughout the decade. In fact, in 1998, the California Sushi Academy was launched as a way to effectively train American chefs in the art of sushi. With rising needs for more skilled chefs, the industry absolutely boomed by the 2000s. Often regarded as an extra healthy option in a world of fatty fried goodies, sushi is still seen as a sort of superfood. Although there is certainly truth to these claims, they come with one major caveat. Not all sushi is created equally, especially in America.
Yeah, so sushi, I feel like sushi is like a healthier option. But one roll of sushi can still have a very high amount of calories. Very high calories. Like if you're getting the rolls with avocado and mayonnaise and all that stuff in it, they're really high in calories. But if you're getting like a cucumber roll or whatever, then it's okay. But yeah.
When it comes to making, selling, and even eating sushi, Americans get just about everything wrong. While the inside-out appeal of uramaki was invented by a Japanese chef, the American-born rolls are wildly unpopular in sushi's homeland. Nori, or seaweed, is savored for its flavor and texture in Japan. Therefore, the natural maki roll far exceeds the rice hiding tactics which were specifically made for US appeal. But in the States, you'd be hard-pressed to find any sushi bar that does not serve good old California rolls. In America, most sushi establishments come saddled with a massive hibachi grill. But while it appears to American steakhouse sensibilities, this merger of sushi and beef isn't just frowned upon in Japan, it's literally sacrilegious. Apart from food safety concerns over the preparation of raw fish side by side with cooked beef, the very history of sushi is tied to spirituality. The people of ancient Japan turned to fish in lieu of red meat as a tenet of Buddhism. By combining steakhouses with sushi spots, America unwittingly created a potentially unsanitary faux pas. Most Americans think of sushi as food best served on chopsticks, and we all have that one friend who insists on using them, even in the backseat of an Uber. But in Japan,
what? Who's eating sushi without chopsticks? Oh my god. I remember learning to use chopsticks. It was fun. It was an experience for sure. Jay, you eat sushi without chopsticks? Amy? No. it with them? Do you use a fork? You're just sitting there. Oh my god, you're freaking stabbing the sushi with a fork. No, oh no. I know I use chopsticks, but it is a finger food. I mean, yeah, you could just eat it with your bare hands too, to be fair. That's fair. I'm sorry, broken hearts. Chopsticks are basically my third hand as an Asian. There's Yeah, I can actually use chopsticks to eat a lot of things. The only thing I cannot use them to eat is rice. But I guess maybe that also depends on the rice. Like sticky rice, you could probably easily use them for. But like regular rice, it's like, no, this is not going to work. At least, yeah, like at least stab it with the chopstick. You can just, instead of the fork, you just stab it with the chopstick. Then you're still using the chopstick.
And sushi of almost every variety is eaten by hand, given small wet
Oh,
towels upon
well,
table
okay.
service.
There you go.
Patrons pick up the delicately crafted rolls and nigiri mounds with their fingers. Meanwhile, chopsticks are reserved for rice-free sashimi and bowls of sticky grains. Although
Oh.
American sushi and chopsticks
Okay.
go hand in hand, there are even more utensil-based rules in Japan. Placing chopsticks straight up in a bowl of rice, for instance, is seen as a mockery of funeral traditions and can be highly insulting. Furthermore, rubbing disposable sticks together is seen as disreputable behavior, and one should always place their used chopsticks back into the empty paper package.
Never knew
While
that.
sushi consumption can certainly lead to a healthier lifestyle in Japan, the ingredients and preparation methods of American rolls don't result in tighter abs. From fatty additions like cream cheese and heavy mayos, to deep-fried prawns and sugary sauces, stateside sushi is downright heavy. But even the leaner, meaner rolls in Japan are said to contain nearly double the vinegar and sodium from the early 19th century. And while Japanese citizens are more likely to march off the meal by utilizing public transportation, Americans are more likely to drive themselves and stop for a shake on the way home. Avocado is one thing, but from smoked salmon to braised asparagus, American sushi rolls do little to resemble the flavors of Japan.
Asparagus?
And as flavors get weirder and wilder, so too has the convenience. After a steady influx of conveyor belt sushi bars in the States, even grocery stores got in on the quick service rolls, now offered in markets all over the country.
Oh,
One has
okay.
to
Okay,
wonder,
no, okay, sushi in like the supermarkets like that is just it's not the same. It is not the same. It's kind of gross, not gonna lie. I cannot do it. I prefer it. If I'm gonna have sushi, I will literally just go pick up, even get it to go from the restaurant, because from the supermarket it's gross. Okay, Eli, have a good night. Chopsticks to eat chips? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Then you're eating the chips like slower. You just grab handfuls of chips and shove it in your face.
who's producing them? While some grocery stores, such as Whole Foods, have devoted,
Ugh.
highly specialized teams preparing sushi
Oh
fresh
no.
it's hard to believe the same care went into the sushi in a
No.
plastic clamshell at the gas station.
That's
Usually
gross.
made with cooked or artificial crab. Even the avocado might be questionable on these gas pump makis. American sushi has undoubtedly had an impact on the cuisine's popularity around the globe. Now embraced just about everywhere, sushi has become a food for people from all walks of life. Still ritzy when it wants to be, affordable and fast when you need it, and hopefully fresh. It's almost become an American staple, even if we're still trying to eat it with chopsticks. So what's your favorite American sushi roll? Do you still order California rolls to go? Let us know in the
No.
comments below. And while you're there, check out some of these other videos from our Weird History.
Weird history food. I honestly, my favorite is like the spicy salmon roll. Spicy salmon roll. Bum, 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 bum. I guess like a more correction would be like a crispy spicy sandwich.